Foundational Course, Kabbalah. Part 1, Lesson 5. Rabbi, Michael-ben-Pesach, Portnaar. The choice of your surrounding is your only choice. It's the only choice man has, so learn to choose your surrounding. There's a saying, you are what you eat, but it is the same with your surrounding. You are what your surrounding is, so don't be a slave of your surrounding. May it be possible, you have to change your surrounding completely. Don't hesitate. Make your choice. Remember, everything is connected with the name of the Creator, with the four-letter name, Avaya. Here we see the number is very significant. In this we see 4 different levels, 4 different conditions in man. There are also 4 different kinds of groups in the human being. First, the people who just as you arrive for the same goal, for to come to their personal fulfillment. The second, the people who support you. Third, the people who aren't interested in what you do. And the fourth, them who are skeptic. Create the surrounding you want to live in. Surround yourself with those people who, just as you, are striving for the true spiritual fulfillment. This is the group that has to be the most important for you. But be aware, we aren't talking about a sect or something like that. All of us are independent, individualistic. What we have common is the deep disappointment. Each one of us had come to the point where he had said, it's enough. There's no fulfillment in the material any longer. Therefore, we are now looking for something else. And by way of this searching, we can come to the Creator. At first, there has to be the deepest disappointment. The world can't impress us any longer. This is the moment we can open our heart for the one and only source, the Creator. When there is no way out, the windows of our heart will open. Then the rescue is nearby. Now the light can shine through the windows, and this gives hope and the assurance you're on the right path, your individual path. When there's someone who teaches you a Hebrew letter, thank him. See him as a master. This will help you enormously in your own study. The aspect of receiving will now be accompanied by the giving. No one else can purify your surrounding. You have to do this yourself. And this is necessarily to improve the quality. So now you also can come to fulfillment. The second group are the people who support you. They are enthusiastic to see how you're developing yourself in a spiritual way. This gives them also the opportunity to keep themselves busy with the spiritual, and now they can let grow the point in their heart too. The third group are the people who are indifferent considering your study. They haven't an opinion and they're not standing in your way. But the fourth group, they are those who are cynical. Avoid these people. If you're with them, they will take you with them to the other side. So therefore, avoid them. Come to learn how to distinguish between these 4 different groups of people. By being alert, your study will go fast forward. But there is another thing. There's a saying, love thy neighbor. How can we then neglect the one who are cynical? Because he who is cynical belongs to thy neighbor too. It is easier for us who belongs to the first 3 groups, but he who is cynical. And what is more, it is everything or nothing in the spiritual world. We are all descendants of Adam, who was the first man. When Adam sinned, the fall of Adam, this is not what we thought it was. The spiritual body of Adam was broken and divided in many souls. Eventually, we are all part of one and the same source. One is a part of the spiritual body of the Keter, another one is part of the Hesed, etc. We can be a part of this. We can be a part of his shoulders, his throat, his feet, but we're all part of Adam. Where do you feel the pain? In your heart, in your head. It only means all the strengths within myself, all the uncorrected wishes in me. They are hurting. And the help I have to seek lies alongside the wishes I already have corrected. This is the place where I have to plead for help. This is the first step, and afterwards I can go outside. But first I have to learn the spiritual, the teaching of the Creator. It is said that we have to love, and this is also meant for they who are cynical. But they are not the one with whom we start. First, love them who have, just as you, the same wishes, but it is only a start. It is only temporarily. But I have to start with the first group because I don't have enough strength. And when I begin with the first group, I build up my strength. It is too easy for another person to distract me, to send me to the wrong way because my strength isn't sufficient. Therefore, I have to start with the first group. But later, when my strength has grown, I can extend this. I can extend this love to them who are cynical. Because now you know everything is whole, perfect, even them who are cynical. The difference is they don't know this. I know he is ignorant, but in the eyes of the Creator, he is as perfect as I am. Therefore, when you have become to the highest level, it is easy to love he who is cynical too. But this is only possible when you have correct yourself. If not, it is a sin. As long you are uncorrected, you aren't in the situation for to give. It is a present from above when you can love the enemy, but this present will only be given to you, or at you, when you have healed your inner being. First, you have to learn to love yourself. Only then you can love another. Our inner being is a very wise person. Therefore, love your inner. Don't start with the fourth group. When the time is ready, you can work at this level too. First, you have to build up your strength. What does it mean to love someone? It only means you don't hate him. And the effort has to be done now. How long it takes isn't important. Start step by step, slowly. Don't overreact. First, give at your inner being. The Creator has and will take care. His teachings will exist forever. Always, there will be souls who are striving for His fulfillment. What kind of soul are you? From which part of the body of Adam are you? There are also souls for whom it is forbidden to do this work. Each one of us has to know his soul. Don't you know your soul? Have patience and don't fight. When there is feeling of suffering, you have to suffer. When you run away, you flee from your life. The consequence isn't important. All what you're doing is for your inner being. It can't be done without the feeling of suffering. When you're young, we have pleasure, but afterwards we see the other side of life, suffering. We have to know both. When we're on our way up, we meet several strengths. This is a structural theme, and again we have to struggle with these strengths. Otherwise, how can we come further? These strengths are there to pull up our soul. And this pulling up of the soul can give a feeling of pain, of suffering, and inner hurting. Or it is an outer pain. Doesn't matter. Allow it. It is your life buoy. The only problem is we don't understand our soul yet. There will be a moment you have the certainty, a feeling, something you can't describe. That is the moment that you will know your biggest correction. Many corrections will take place, only one correction is special. It is a very important correction, but for now you don't know this correction. It is you who have to purify yourself. Learn to accept everything what is coming your way, till the moment you know your main correction. Suffering is a tremendous mechanism. Don't flee from it. If you do so, you won't grow. We are first living in this world. The second world is the world of Asiya. Worlds are specific strengths within a being. It is a layer of your consciousness and observance. structural, all strengths are from the Creator. When man feels more evil than good, he feels the powers of the world Asiyah. Each one of us has to go through this layer. You can't escape. Each one of us has to go through this world of Asiyah. It is your soul that has to come through. What we experience in the world Asiyah is for 90% evil and for 10% good. All beginning is difficult, but you have to transform this evil for it to come in the second layer of the good. The second layer is the world of Yetzirah. In this world, you can experience the structure of 50% good against 50% evil. It is easier to go through. It is the learning of acceptance, to accept from deep inside everything what is coming your way. From inside, I have to make myself small, tiny for the inner strength, for the strength of the Creator. When we neglect this lesson, suffering will be our part. We suffer because we are beloved from above. When we have brought in balance the good and the evil, we come in the third world, the world of Bria. The forces in the world of Bria are almost good. Only 10% is evil. It is the same reality. What have changed are your observances, your awareness. And the fourth world, the world of Atzilut, is absolutely good. And this world will be corrected as the last one. And this will happen when the Messiah arrives. Do the things you can do. How does it feel, all these corrections? Remember, without suffering, you won't reach a second world. It is impossible to reach a new world without suffering. We need the suffering for it to come to transformation, for it to come to the real well-being. And it is you who has to transform. We can find everything in heaven except your respect, your attitude, and your preparedness are to make yourself small. His humbleness is to lift you up. When you think you can lift up yourself, you will be humiliated. And not by a human being, but the Creator Himself will humiliate you. Therefore, be aware of your own attitude. What is your attitude? Of course, the game mankind is playing is an easy play. All religions, all teachings are playing an easy play with us. Not in Kabbalah. I don't have time for a play. It is impossible for us to love our neighbor. What we're doing is from our instinct. We need it for it to survive, but it isn't real love. We have to learn what real love is, and this isn't possible by playing a game. Only by working hard at yourself. What do I mean with playing? To keep yourself busy with eating and drinking, to sing a song, etc. And of course, by way of this method, you will arrive eventually. But I want the best for all of you. He is showing us a shorter way, a way with less suffering. The more you accept suffering, the faster it goes. When you play, it soothes, but it doesn't shorten the road. I will bring you in a direct way. I like to teach you in a pure way, not with a mix of different games. He who's learning Kabbalah and lives and works according his rules will go very, very fast, even without learning the Hebrew language. It is good to learn the Hebrew language, but it isn't necessary. What I'm doing is shower you, why, for what? To wake up your inner being. This is the right moment to grasp it. There is nothing wrong in suffering, but on the other hand, don't seek the suffering. It's only your life buoy. When you fight against your suffering, the more you put pressure on your system. Our system can regenerate completely by way of the spiritual. In a way, the spiritual can heal every disease, but mostly we are too late with our correction. So from now on, don't run away. Learn how to become an independent person by way of your spirituality. To keep yourself busy with the 4 commandments will keep your body as pure as possible. Remain true to yourself. Stay who you are. Authenticity means faithful at yourself When you do so, all the answers will come to you. At this moment, you aren't aware of the things that have to be correct, but maybe when the night has fallen and you may see what is in need of correction. All the corrections you do are good, but it is all about one special correction. Therefore, you are here. This is a question you have to ask. Ask for this one special correction, the most important correction for you during this life here on earth. See your own weaknesses. Have a desire for this special correction. Then you will see what is in need of correction. This is your job. This is the way for you to come to fulfillment. To be honest and to see the truth in yourself will bring you to fulfillment. Remember, this is about you. This job can only be done by you. Therefore, you are here in this world. When this special correction will be given to you and you start working with it, later on you will receive something more, purity. You will come to purity. There will be an attraction of the same souls, and they will help you with your correction. You will come to purity. Souls of great justice, parts of souls will come to you because you have purified yourself in such a way. Now you're ready to receive more and more. They will help you because they can see your purity. He who is higher has the obligation to help he who is lower. You can compare this with one great organ. The more you purify yourself, the more souls from above will come to help you, because you have purified yourself more and more. As long as you stay pure, they will stay and help you. Therefore, always be alert, stay positive, justify the government of the Creator. Otherwise, they will disappear. Purity is so important. The more you purify yourself, the more you will attract the higher strengths, and they will help you further. But as soon as you start to dwell, they leave you. Whatever the problem is, see and look at it. Always be humble, considering the higher. And this is very hard because our nature is our ego. It is your ego telling you to do it your way, and it seems unnatural. But the Creator wants us to overcome the ego. We have to overcome our ego, otherwise, how can we come in contact with the Creator? As long as we stay concerned with our ego, we will stay in the world of Asiyah, Bria, and in the third world of Yetzirah. Our qualities aren't corresponding with Him. Absolute is the Son of the Creator. Here we see the highest strengths, and everyone can come to this level because your soul too comes from Adam. It doesn't matter what the level of your soul is. It is a question from above to make the whole your soul and put it back in the wandering soul of Adam. Let me tell you more about the 4 commandments the Creator has made with every human being. Who was the first man? Adam is the first man. But what is a man? He or she is a man, is born to be a man when he acknowledges the Creator. Then we can speak about the birth of man. All people around the world, the beautiful or powerful they may be, we still can't name them men. The definition of man is he or she who is in the condition of accepting the Creator. This is the beginning of man. The soul lasts forever. It's all about acknowledge. The stage man acknowledge his antipole in his existence, and then has started with Adam. The Torah is only speaking about the moment of the birth of man. Science talks about the material, earthly being and outer being, but we're speaking about the spiritual being. After the fall of Adam, he felt ashamed. He hid himself because for the first time he experienced shame. Don't think Adam was the first living creature, but all the beings living before Adam didn't feel shame. In a way, all of those people were living as animals. They were filled with lust and animal desires. There was absolutely no shame. Adam felt ashamed, so now he wanted to hide himself. He was wearing a tiny leaf. This was the beginning of the true being. The higher man climbs the spiritual ladder, the more he will experience shame. Why? Now he sees his uncorrected deeds against the wholeness of the Creator. When you can do this, you have achieved a very high level in your development. The wish for the spiritual developing will grow day by day. Your love for the Creator will grow slowly but steady. When the Creator created man, He made a bond with them, the 4 commandments. The first people didn't feel this bond. Even now, some are unaware of this bond, but we're coming closer to the Creator. And in this coming closer, we will come to remembrance of the 4 commandments, the commandments of the eyes, the tongue, the heart, and the area of the sexual organs. But, as we have said before, it is all within us. Through this we will come to experience, and the things that aren't in agreement are in the outer world. We will come to the experience and the observance, or the observation, of the strength that lies within the Sefirot. This is the high man in the universe. The lower man is here. Everything has to be in agreement with quality. The high person is within the light, and this is the soul and is named Kelim. The lower man is named body and is within our world. Yesod, the 4th commandment, is very heavy. We start our work with the 1st commandment, the commandment of the eyes, and slowly we descend down, but the lower we come, the heavier it becomes. No one recognizes the Yesod. Why? It isn't given at man, and he hasn't the tool for how to learn the Yesod. By way of the Kabbalah, we get access to the strength of Yesod. Strengths we have to develop within ourselves. Each one of us has to develop his or her Yesod. It isn't about controlling these strengths. It isn't a question of to be a monk or to live celibate. People who think so aren't in control of these strengths. They avoid them, and it is impossible to avoid these strengths. This is a very, very strong strength. No one can avoid him. Masturbation isn't a correction. In contrary, the more you give in, the more you listen to this organ, the more Yesod wants to have. For women, if they are known of this, they can do so much more than men. For men, this is very difficult. Everyone is playing this game, but for he or she who wants to live according to this bond too, has to stop playing. Keep yourself busy with these 4 bonds. Attach them in all things you do. It won't cost you time. When doing so, you will start to feel, and more you will feel. You will come to the feeling of the real victory. You will come to the real prosperity, and the seduction is gone. Eyes belong to the Chokhmah. Look carefully with your eyes, not with the evil eye. In the eyes we have the male and female. To look carefully counts as well for man as for woman. What is this meaning of don't look with the evil eyes? Don't be jealous. Don't envy another person. You have to work at yourself. Ask the Creator. He may help you. This is about working at yourself. What's the meaning of to give? Who's the one that gives? You can't give a thing. Of course, for the outer world, you're antisocial, but we aren't talking about this world. You can't give. All the giving you do is a play, a comedy. Ask the Creator. Work at yourself. It's not about you, but about the bond. Don't speak with the evil tongue, but only our speaking is important. Also the words we don't pronounce are important. The learning of the spiritual brings you to the good. Be honest to yourself and stay positive. Don't curse or cursing other persons. Neither humiliate them. Whatever happens, stay positive. Learn to distinguish between the good and the evil. The tongue belongs to the Malchut of the Bina. Each Sefirah has in itself 10 Sefirot, and this is the Malchut of the Bina. With the heart, we reach the epic center of the Tiferet. Tiferet is the upper body. Keter is the skull, and in the skull are the Chochmah and Bina. All the light we receive, the light that gives us life, comes out of the head and descends to below. It is up to us to get the light to below. It's not the intention we keep the light in our head. If you do so, you will have a headache. The light has to be brought to below, so now you can really enjoy. Tiferet is the body. 2 hands, the right hand is Hesed, and the left hand is Gvura. The torso itself is Tiferet till the end of the belly. This is the last place the light has to enter. It is impossible to come to the understanding of the Kabbalah with your head. You have to come to the Tiferet because Tiferet is the feeling. Tiferet is clear feeling. The commandment of the heart is connected with the feelings of hate and love. Hate and love are opposite. It is the Creator who has made the opposite. The light has to come within. It has to flow to all inner places before you can come to fulfillment. Love has to flow. Where is love? Hate is not there. Ask the Creator for help. Your prayer has to be focused at the Creator. The praying from the inner is all what matters. This is your work. Work at your corrections. Make yourself small is already a correction. What do we mean with making yourself small? It is the learning of the prayer from your inner being. Only make yourself small considering the higher. Ask for love. Know all the good is opposite the bad. The 4th commandment is the bond with Yesod, and he has everything to do with the sexual organs. The Greek didn't understand the Jews. The circumcision of Abraham wasn't concerning the flesh. The bond of this intimate place is the place of craving desire. But only one relation is important, the relation with the Creator. You can't cheat Yesod. You think, while you're watching a porno film, this can't hurt, but you think so because you don't know your Yesod. While you're watching the telly, you are losing your contact with the Creator. Don't think I forbid you to watch the telly or have sex with a partner, but what I say to you is stay with one partner. It is enough. Don't think it is a sin if you do otherwise. But the thing is, you are losing time. You won't achieve a thing, only you will be thrown back. It will distract you from the right path, the path directly to the Creator. But keep in mind, this is also good. It is you yourself who makes your path longer. Kabbalah is there for you, to help you, to shorten your way, to work more and more at yourself. The 4 commandments are there only to bring you closer to the Creator. It is very hard to obey the Yesod. We are created with dualism because it is our nature. The next step is a true study of ourself, not the mass. It is all about your development. It is you who has to come to experience. It is you who has to feel what is happening. And by way of the Kabbalah, you can come to wholeness, and this wholeness disconnect the dualism. How can you see the good? Look for the Creator. Ask Him for help. By making contact with these 4 organs, not with one of them, but with all 4, you will come to see the good. The name of the Creator is made of 4 letters. Yud, Hey, Va, Hey. The eyes belong to Yud, the first letter of the 4-letter name, and he is connected with the first bond, with the eyes, Chokmah. The tongue belongs to the first Hey of the 4-letter name. This letter has everything to do with the experience and the feeling, and belongs to the Malchut of the Bina. The heart belongs to the letter Vav, and here we have the experience of the Tiferet. And the 4th letter, the last Hey, belongs to Yesod. And when you have connected within yourself this last Hey too, you come to the experience of the Creator. This is a short introduction of the bond of the 4-letter name. is very important. In this we see all the strengths that are in every human being. Live the bond, live the bond, live the bond. Pronounce these letters. You will receive enormous strength. Without the bond, they are worthless. You can ask the Creator for help, but He doesn't know you. You have to connect your plead with the four bonds of the Creator. So now He can and will help you. Together with the observance of the bond, you can ask the Creator for help, for strength, and He will help you. Only then you can come to fulfillment. Pronounce His name, miracles will happen. Absolutely, without doubt. But you have to live according to these four commandments. All corrections are coming from the Malchut. The Malchut has to rise to the Yesod, then to Hod, and then from Hod to Netzach. Through your correction, Malchut rises up. What is Malchut? All your egoistic wishes are from the Malchut. It sounds strange, but he who had sinned a lot will receive a lot of strengths for to come to fulfillment. Why? Because this person has to work very hard, and therefore he built up more strength. This is the wish and the plan of the Creator Himself. There's a saying, he who comes to purify himself will be helped. Because of this, he comes closer to the Creator, and coming closer to the Creator means coming closer to fulfillment. Think about the four commandments. Live according to these four commandments, and transform them each day, each night, and forever and ever.